I don't gave everybody they 24 hours to say something. Everybody don't throw in their 2 cents. It feel like except me. So I want to go ahead and give mine in real quick. As you see, I got a lot to say. Angel Reese versus Claressa Shields. Little people, big people, all people. Welcome to Buffed Up Sports. Thanks for clicking on this video. Now, just make sure you head over to buffedupsports.com. That's where you'll find the links to all my social media platforms. Easy ways to financially support the show, if you're able. And of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel so you'll never miss a new video. If you're enjoying the content, please share Buffed Up Sports with your peoples. Let's get everybody watching and tuning in. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in to Buffed Up Sports. Now, I hope you enjoy this video. Truth be told, I don't even want to say Angel Reese versus Claressa Shields because I feel like that just adds fuel to the fire. Excuse me, I'm going to put my notes back here because I got a lot to say and I don't want to forget anything. So what's up with Angel Reese and Claressa Shields? For starters, let's give the full story, okay? Angel Reese, current Chicago Sky All-Star, won the BET Award for BET Sportswoman of the Year during the BET Awards Monday night. So let's time out, 30 second. Can I talk about the BET Awards for a second? That was the best BET Awards in a long time. Long time. And you know why? Because it was a nostalgia feel to it. They appealed to the throwback music. I kid you not, the worst part of the show is Playboy Cardi. And they laugh at me because they was like, RJ, you should know who Playboy. I know who Playboy Cardi is, but you asked me to name one Playboy Cardi song right now, I can't. But guess who else was out there? Babyface. I can name a bunch of his songs. I'm actually going to see Babyface in concert later this year. Mariah Carey, Busta Rhymes. You got Jamie Foxx, Ludacris, who I've seen in concert. I'm actually about to see Ludacris not tomorrow, but the night after. So I've seen Ludacris before anyway, though. But Ludacris, I already said Lil Wayne, I think. Snoop Dogg, I've seen him in concert. He was there. Warren G, seen him in concert. He was there. So you got a lot of folks. So first of all, the reason why I'm saying I've seen folks in concert, so y'all know, like RJ, he hip to that. He hip to that old school. But no, in all seriousness, I'm saying all this because I want to show, I'm telling y'all how the throwback appealed to the show. Bow Wow, Keisha Cole. I keep naming folks. B2K. So, best award show. Charlie Wilson, who I'm seeing in concert this year. All right, I'm going to stop. But my point is, best BT award show in a long time. I just want to throw that out there. It was long, but it was a great show. Kurt Franklin, I've seen in concert. So, okay. Angel Reese won the BT Sportswoman of the Year. Claressa Shields was upset. Now, let me pull out the good old phone. I'm gonna read y'all off some of the tweets. Let me get to it. All right, we pulling it up. I'm gonna put it up on here as well. But first tweet that Claressa Shields put out. Still don't know how I didn't win the Sportswoman of the Year for the BET Awards, but congrats to Angel Reese and all the other nominees. I just thought accolades matter. Of course, she started getting some static, and then she came back saying, ain't nobody saying Angel Reese don't have accolades or she not good. I'm saying I thought the person with the most accolades and accomplishments should win the award. I'm Team Angel Reese. I'm going to pause you right there. Because a lot of people thought the first tweet was that she was hating, being a sore loser, right? And then the second tweet, though, is when she said, I thought it was the person with the most accolades. I kind of got to agree with Claressa here. Claressa here because if we being honest, she's on to something. But hold on, I'm gonna come back to tweet number 3. She put out another one. And then she said, I'm not joining in on the hate train when it comes to Angel Reese. I have mad respect for her and all the other female athletes that excel in their sport. As for my earlier comments, I am allowed to express my feelings. I was shocked I didn't win. I was under the impression the category was graded on accolades of your sport. It's okay to be a competitor. Um, I don't want to take away from either one. I've had interactions with Angel Reese. I've had interactions with Claressa Shields. I'm a fan of both. I say all this to say you've had some people saying, "Oh, Claressa Shields was hating on Angel Reese," and then I see both sides of the argument. I do see both sides of why somebody might say she's hating, but then I also see the other side where she's like she's just standing up for herself. Because you could argue it might be hating, but you could also argue it's confidence. I will say this: watching the BT Awards, Glorilla, I thought she should have won rapper of the year or female artist of the year. I think it was the category, but Doechii won, and I'm like, how Doechii win over Glorilla after the year she had? But hey, you didn't see Glorilla putting out no tweets either. So now the reason that's I could see why somebody might say Claressa, just let it go. But I see what Claressa is saying because of accolades. I'm not going to take away from Angel Reese's accolades. This is not what I'm here to do. But I get why Claressa is like, if we going off accolades, it should be me. She's called the GOAT for a reason. I just hate the fact it was Angel Reese out of all people that she went at. Because we know Angel Reese has a strong fan base for a very good reason. Her fan base is used to defending her because Angel Reese does get a lot of static just as it is. I mean, later after Claressa put out those tweets, Ariel Atkins, Angel Reese's teammate on the Chicago Sky, just reminded reporters, Angel Reese is only 23. Me and Angel Reese the same age, which is crazy to me. But she's 23. Her crown is heavy, which is true because Angel Reese does get so much static. She does get criticized for each and every single thing she does. And it's not fair because Angel Reese is not a bad basketball player by any means. She's an all-star. I'm glad. Let's go to it. Angel Reese, national champion. As hyped up as Caitlin Clark is, we all know I love Caitlin Clark. That was my favorite. I went to Michigan basketball games just to see Caitlin Clark. None against Nas Hillman and Layla Failure when they were there. But it was times I was going to really watch Caitlin. But anyway, Angel Reese beat Caitlin Clark in the national championship game. That should stop the conversation right there. As much as Caitlin Clark gets hyped up, she got something that Caitlin Clark don't have. But I'm not about to turn this into an Angel first Caitlin thing either, because I'm heading for that, trajectory, and I'm not trying to do that. But okay, national champ. Let's leave it there. She was an all-star her rookie season. Angel Reese was the fastest player in WNBA history to get to 30 double-doubles. She was the fastest player to get to 500 points and 500 rebounds in their career. Again, she's only in her sophomore season, only a month into her sophomore season. So that tells you right there. Angel is breaking records. And somebody had the audacity on Twitter to say, because this is where my problem came in. On Twitter, a lot of people were saying, Claressa don't even know what she's talking about. Angel is this, Angel's that. Somebody had the audacity to say Angel is breaking records. What is Claressa Shields doing? And this is why I'm glad I have this podcast, because as far as I know, I'm the only podcast that talks Detroit sports, the WNBA, and boxing. So I'm glad we talking WNBA and boxing right now, because I'm about to bring both worlds together. Because there's boxing fans who think Angel Reese is trash and she's only known for missing her own layups and all that. But I just told you, she's the first to double-doubles, or fastest to get those 30 double-doubles, fastest to 500 points, 500 rebounds, NCAA champion, all-star her rookie season. Don't sleep on Angel Reese, boxing fans. My basketball fans, let me put you hip to Coco, the GOAT, Claressa Shields. Claressa Shields, I'm going to just talk about the past year because the award was of the year, right? In the past year, Claressa Shields moved up 2 weight classes from the weight class she was originally or previously in, and she won her first fight at heavyweight for the belt by second round knockout. I don't know if y'all know boxing like that, my basketball fans, but that's almost unheard of. To move up 2 weight classes, heavyweight being that weight class at that, and you win in a knockout? second round? Like, do you know the hands you have to have? In fact, Claressa Shields in her 2 fights at heavyweight has got knockdowns in both fights. When her previous fights, she wasn't even getting those knockdowns. So that's the first thing. Again, within this past year, she became a 4-time undisputed champion and the first to do it in 3 different weight classes. The only ever man or woman, male or female, it doesn't matter how you look at it, she is the first to become undisputed in 3 weight classes. She was the first to become 2-time undisputed in women's boxing, and Terrence Crawford followed her right after. Now she's the only boxer in history to be undisputed in 3 different weight classes. So again, I'm not about to let y'all discredit Claressa Shields either. Now let's talk about the other nominees. Respectfully speaking, if we are going off accolades, Angel Reese wasn't even the best hooper in her category. Because you had, my bias is about to show, but it's also facts. You had my favorite player in there, A'ja Wilson. You know, but also the other nominees included tennis star Coco Gauff. You got the great coach Dawn Staley. Flojae Johnson, Angel Reese's former teammate at LSU. USC standout player, a true bucket getter, get well soon. Juju Watkins. Sha'Carri Richardson, the track star. Simone Biles, the greatest gymnast of all time. So we talking about all of these nominees are record breakers. So I don't know why they tried to bring in the record breaking conversation comparison, because they all are record breakers. Let's each and every single woman I just named has broke some kind of record somehow, kind of way. So that was, you know, kind of irrelevant to me, if you will. The way I looked at it is, again, Sportswoman of the Year. What have you done in the past year in your sport? So then that goes to my next point. A lot of those women are Olympians. So again, and a lot of them are arguably the best at their sport. I just told you, Simone Biles, greatest gymnast of all time. I say A'ja Wilson, when it's all said and done, is going to be the greatest basketball player of all time. You got Claressa Shields, who I think is the greatest boxer of all time. Dawn Staley, one of the greatest coaches of all time. Coco Gauff, we're naming all these players. Sha'Carri Richardson, one of the best track stars. We're naming people who are arguably the best. Now, and I can't even say one other. Like, Simone Biles and Claressa Shields is undisputed the best. No arguments. I don't want to hear them. And so I'm not trying to come off as a hater either towards Angel Reese, because I'm not mad at all she won. I told you, I'm a fan of Angel Reese. I'm happy she won. At the end of the day, we know what the BET Awards is about. It's for the culture, right? And it's empowering women, but in this case, you're empowering black women. A lot of black women look up to Angel Reese because of how she is, her authentic self. She wear her lashes on the court. She don't mind getting cute on the red carpets, but then coming to dog you on the court. You know, she don't mind doing that, and a lot of women look up to that. A lot of women like the way she, you know, don't hold back and talk her smack. Angel Reese is very popular. I don't know about you, but do you got your own McDonald's meal? Angel Reese is very popular. Angel Reese has her own shoe coming out in the next year, I believe. So I'm not about to discredit Angel Reese, because I do think, hey, she's definitely a Sportswoman of the Year. It's the reason she was nominated. It's the reason she won. I get Claressa Shields. It's the reason she was upset. So I'm not going to discredit either one of them for either winning or being upset that they lost. But I will say, I think we need to go ahead and handle it in the ring, or we got to handle it on the basketball court. You know, whichever one we want to do first. But I'm kidding. We don't need that. We don't need to add fuel to the fire. If anything, I wouldn't mind Claressa Shields hopping on Angel Reese podcast. Them two girls hug it out. I don't even think there's no beef there. I hope not. If they want to come on here and talk about, hey, I love either one to come on. We all know what Claressa Shields done for my podcast, so it's always love for her. But no, at the end of the day, y'all know where I stand with women in sports. It's the reason I started this podcast, and one of the key pillars of why I started it was to give women in sports they love and shine that I feel like they deserve, because I don't care what gender you are. If you could hoop, if you could hit a ball, if you could box, if you could knock somebody out, you could knock somebody out. But yeah, just say all that to say, y'all know I'm a big advocate for women in sports. But also, with that being said, I'm not mad that we having this conversation. I hate that sometimes the women in sports conversations have to deal with drama a lot, but I'm not mad that we having these conversations in general because I say keep them coming. Let's get people talking. Let's get people to look at these sports. Let's get people to, keep their eyes out because it's so much talent that I don't want people to miss out on. And more importantly, I want them to pay attention. Yo, so thanks for checking out that video. With that being said, make sure you go to buffdovesports.com for the latest updates and to keep up with me on my social media channels. And if you want to help the show because you enjoy it so much, you could go to the support tab on buffdovesports.com to send in a donation. And more importantly, hit the subscribe button so you'll never miss an episode. Thanks for watching.